watching M.O.D Entertainment. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and check out the website to get the gear. The link will be in the description.
Street life, catch me underneath that street light. It's that playground where we live and we lose lives. Street life, catch me underneath that street light. It's that playground where we live and we lose life. Street life, catch me underneath that street light. It's that playground where we live and we lose lives. Street life, catch me underneath that street light. It's that playground where we live and we lose lives. Who got a pumpers right here? It be getting fixed. They claiming G, then why they acting like a little bitch? And fuck the DMs and the IG, we be splitting wigs. We handle real, be the type where you ain't getting shit. Without recording, without bragging, never speaking it. Now tell your story, get them like your fools, be out of it. They claiming Gangster, why they acting like some little kids? They want attention, is the reason why I'm cocking it. I love their smile once they
G-File.
Alright, so right here we have the Latin Eagles. Now the Latin Eagles is a neighborhood that's located right here in the Lakeview neighborhood. It was started in 1964. That is when it was founded by the Des Moines School Playground, right there on Grace and Wilton. So that's their heart of their hood, their main domain, their dojo. We should be cracking that, my boy. You feel me? Now, this neighborhood does belong to the Folk Nation. So that's who they roll with, you know. That's what they're associated with, you know, when they get busted or anything like that. That's pretty much how it goes down. And their colors are black and gray. That's their colors. Now, they're majority more of a Puerto Rican neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like I said, the gangs over here, they take, you know, whether they're black, white, you know, right here, race really doesn't matter. But the majority of the race is Puerto Rican from this neighborhood. That's pretty much how it gets down. Now their symbol is the letter E with 3 dots and the eagle's head. So that is the symbol of this neighborhood, how you see it up, you know what I mean? When they do graffiti or anything of that nature, that is how you will see it up. And these guys are active. They will get it on and cracking, and they be representing right there for theirs. Alright, another one that we have right here, you have the Spanish Gangster Disciples. Now, the Spanish Gangster Disciples was founded in the south of Chicago, so on the south side of Chicago, and it's been around since the 80s. It was started like roughly around 81, you know, roughly around that time. Now, like I said, they're founded on the south of Chicago, but on 87th and Houston. That's their heart of the hood. That's their main domain. That's their dojo. That's where that should be cracking at. You know what I mean? Now, they formerly went known as the Saint Spanish Gangster Disciples, but now they're just known as the Spanish Disciples. And they are Folk Nation, so that's who they roll with. That's who they affiliate themselves with. So when they get busted or anything like that, Folk Nation is, you know, what they be repping. Now, their colors are black and light blue. That's, you know, the colors of them. Now this neighborhood is mostly Latinos, you know, a lot of Mexicans and a lot of Puerto Ricans. You know, that's probably the dominant ones, you know what I mean? I mean, they do take other races, but majority of them are, you know, Mexicans and then Puerto Ricans. They probably have more Mexicans than Puerto Ricans, but you know, that's pretty much how it goes down with this neighborhood. Now this neighborhood, their symbol is a wing heart with a devil's tail and devil horns and a gangster crown. So that's their symbol, you know. So when they ride it, you know, whenever people see it, that is pretty much, you know, how they're gonna see it, you know. And these guys, they've been right here putting it down for a cool minute and been representing, homie. These guys ain't no chumps, ain't no pushovers. These guys is one that you definitely hear about, and definitely some that be putting in work and giving law enforcement and the neighborhoods around there a hard time, and continue to do so. But that's what's up with the Spanish Gangster Disciples right there. Another neighborhood that you have right here that is definitely well known and definitely puts in work, you have the Spanish Cobras, not to be confused with the Spanish Disciples, 2 different neighborhoods. Now this one was founded in the 1960s, so around 68 is when it was founded, right there on the west town of East Humboldt Park. So the Humboldt Park area is where this neighborhood was, you know, started. Their main domain, their foundation, their ground, you know what I mean, where it should be cracking. This one is also Folk Nation, you know what I mean. That's pretty much how they get down. Their colors are black and green, so that is how you see it. And they're mostly Puerto Ricans. They take all Latinos, like I have said, you know what I mean. That, you know, all of that don't matter right here, but it's mostly Puerto Ricans. It's a mostly Puerto Rican neighborhood. And their symbols are cobra with a diamond, a staff, and 3 dots. So a cobra snake with the diamonds, the three dots, the staff with the diamonds and the three dots and the pitchfork is how you see this neighborhood. How you see it up and everything like that. And yeah, they're located right there. You can find them originated, organized right there on the West Garfield Park. You know what I mean? As where they got it on and cracking, homie. And the Spanish Cobras, homie, is one that definitely puts in work, definitely well known. Giving everyone a hard time, made the newspapers, the news, all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? This neighborhood, like I said, is old school. It's chingon. It'd be dominating right there. Hey, homie, these guys ain't no slouches, homie. They will get it on and popping. And, they continue to hold it down to this day and representing for theirs. But that's what's up with the Spanish Cobras, representing, holding it down, and putting theirs on the map. Now, one of the neighborhoods that you have right here that's well known, that's, people hear about, that has made the news several times, that give law enforcement a hard time, that these guys are just with it. Pretty much. You have the Maniac Latin Disciples, one of the mostly known neighborhoods from over here, the M.O.D neighborhood. Now, the M.O.D neighborhood was founded on the East Humboldt Park section, so it was known as West Town neighborhood near Rockwell and Potomac. I think that's how you pronounce that one. Potomac and Rockwell. And they were founded right there, like roughly around the 60s. I would say 66, roughly around that time period. You know what I mean? Is when this neighborhood, was founded and formed and all that. Now they're Folk Nation, so that's who they align themselves with. So they're part of the Folk Nation, and their colors are black and light blue. And this neighborhood is mostly Latinos, mostly Puerto Ricans. You know what I mean? But like I said, these neighborhoods, all of that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But it is majority Latinos, Puerto Ricans. You know what I mean? Now their symbol of their neighborhood is a monk with a swastika heart and devil horns and a devil's tail. So that's how you would see them up. So you see it like pitchfork, the monk, the swastika heart with the devil horn and tails. You get me? So when you see it up anytime like that, that's how you see it up, or their the abbreviations of M.L.D. And these guys, like I said, man, they give law enforcement a hard time, and they have deep ties right there, and they with the business, homie, giving everybody a hard time right there, and definitely putting theirs on the map. You know what I mean? This is one side that you do hear about, but that's what's up with the Maniac Latin Disciples right there. Now here's an interesting one that you have right here in Chicago. You have there is white neighborhoods too, white gangs, and this is one of them. That's mostly all whites. You know what I mean? That's pretty much how they get down. You have the Insane Popes. Now, the Insane Popes was founded by near North Lawndale, close to National Pope Elementary School on 19th and Albini, I think that's how you say it, Albini Street. So the reason why their name is Pope is nothing to do with no religious thing or nothing like that. That was the name of the school. So, and since their neighborhood was right there, roughly around the surrounding areas of the school and everything like that, they just grabbed the Pope name from it and just attached the Insane part to it, and that's pretty much how they got their name. And the Almighty Popes is how they started. Then they just added the Almighty Insane Popes, and then you just roughly now just see it, the Insane Popes, and they were roughly started around the 1970s. So like 1973 is when this neighborhood was founded, and their colors are black and light blue. Like I said, they're majority just white. It's a white gang. That's pretty much their get down. Now their symbol's a monk with a Pope's hat. That's how you see them up. You know what I mean? With cross with the three slashes above it, and a pitchfork is how you see this neighborhood up. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much how they get down. They do give everyone a hard time right here. They do be going at it. They made the newspapers, news, all kinds of shit, for going at it with the Douglas Park Dukes and all kinds of shit, homie. Like I said, these neighborhoods be putting in work, homie. These guys, Trump's, pushover just because they're white doesn't mean anything. They be holding down their ground just as well, the black neighborhoods and the Hispanic ones. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much how they get down. But that's what's up with the Insane Popes right there. Okay, another one that we have right here is actually a pretty interesting one. Due to the name, has an interesting name to it. You have the Party People. Now, the Party People was a neighborhood that was founded roughly around the 1980s. So, the 80s. So, it's not as old school as some of these other sets that are around here. And it was founded near the lower west side of Pilsen. The Pilsen area is, dangerous. That's where all the gangs are, is where it's gang infested, is where it's cracking, is where it goes down. Now, this neighborhood was actually founded by a male and a woman. You know what I mean? A male and a female who used to love to party. You know what I mean? They were into partying and they were into graffiti. So they were just how could I say, a mix between a party crew and a tagging crew is how they first started. You know what I mean? But due to all the other neighborhoods around, coming at them, they had no choice but to start, banging and doing their thing, you know what I mean, and becoming a gang pretty much. And they roll under the Folk Nation card. So that is the card that they roll under. Their colors are black and white. They're mostly Mexicans, so they're mostly Hispanics. I mean, they have Latinos and other races, but they're mostly Mexicans, a mostly Mexican neighborhood. And their symbol is the Playboy bunny with the inverted cross. The inverted cross with 3 slashes on top of it with the dots at the bottom is how you see this neighborhood up. So that's their symbol. And like I said, they've been holding it down right on the lower west side of the Pilsen neighborhood, right down 17th and Carpenter is the heart of their hood, their main domain, their dojo, where it goes down, homie. And yeah, you definitely see the activity by these guys. They get it active because you see the graffiti everywhere. They still have some of their nice artists tributes to them from the graffiti. And but yeah, they be holding it down, representing it, and putting theirs on the map. Don't ever let the name confuse you. These Party People will get it on and cracking. But that's what's up with the Party People right there. Okay, another neighborhood that you hear right here about that's well known, that's deep as hell, that have their members that run mugs, that give everyone a hard time over here, law enforcement, enemigas. The ones that get it on and popping is the barrio La Raza, you know what I mean? And this neighborhood was started in the 80s, right there roughly in the lower west side of Pilsen, the danger zone where it be going on and where it's, where it be cracking. Right there on 17th and Racing. Recent, I think that's how you pronounce that street. That's their main domain, the heart of their hood, their dojo. They fall under the Folk Nation, so they are Folk Nation, and their colors are white, red, and green. So the Mexican flag color, or anything that has to do with Mexican, you know what I mean? Because they're mostly Mexicans in this neighborhood, you know what I mean? This one's, has a gang of Hispanics, a lot of Mexicans. And their symbols are eagle's head with the Mexican flag, the cross with the 3 slashes. So it's the brown eagle's head, and then the Mexican flag with the cross with the 3 slashes on it. That's pretty much how you see them up. And this neighborhood was started by a lot of immigrant families that came over here, and they started getting harassed by all the other local gangs that were around the area and everything like that. So they banded together, the youth, seeing their parents getting bullied and everything. They banded together to form this neighborhood to protect the raza, to show them, their pride and their culture, their pride of their heritage, to not let themselves get bullied. You know what I mean? They weren't gonna let themselves. They're gonna be right here defending their ground and putting it down for theirs. You know what I mean? So putting it down for the people. And since then, they've been doing that, you know what I mean? They created a monster, because this one right here, they definitely put in work, definitely keep it gangster, and be putting in work on me. These guys ain't no chumps, no pushovers, dog. You come over here tripping, they will get it on and clapping. But that's what's up with the neighborhood right there, La Raza, and representing it and putting theirs on the map.